Carlos Alcaraz's focus admission amid Jannik Sinner world number 1 battle. Carlos Alcaraz has claimed that he is not really focusing on usurping Jannik Sinner and challenging for the world number 1 ranking. Reigning world number 1 Sinner is currently serving a 3-month suspension and is not competing in Indian Wells this year, with the 23-year-old not set to return at the Italian Open in May. That opens the door for world number 2 Alexander Zverev and world number 3 Alcaraz to potentially challenge for the world number 1 ranking, though Sinner holds a commanding lead. The Italian is 3,195 points ahead of Zverev in the rankings, a lead that will only increase following the German's exit to Tallinn Greekspor in his opening Indian Wells match. He holds a significant 3,820-point lead over Alcaraz, who is defending 1,000 ranking points as the defending Indian Wells champion. Sinner has no points to defend, having been stripped of last year's points as part of his doping sanction. Alcaraz will almost certainly need to defend his Indian Wells title to have any chance of returning to world number 1 amid Sinner's absence, and he started his campaign with a 6-4, 6-2 win over Quentin Harley's. A return to number 1 is in the mind of Alcaraz, but the 21-year-old admits that he is not allowing it to be his main focus. "Well, it's something that it is in the mind, but I'm not really focusing on it," said Alcaraz. "Because in every tournament I just focus on myself. I focus on, okay, I really want to play good tennis, I am focused on how I can be better, be a better player. You know, if I'm doing the right things in every tournament, the number 1 is going to come after. So if I'm thinking about the number 1, I have to do good results, I have to win tournaments. If I'm focusing on it just to recover the number 1, I'm putting extra pressure on myself, which I don't want. So I just keep going, focus on the things that I have to improve on myself, and we will see. But right now, even though Jannik is not here, it's really difficult to recover the number 1. So let's see in a couple of weeks." Alcaraz has already held the world number 1 ranking for 36 weeks, and his Indian Wells title defense is crucial for his chances of usurping Sinner during the latter's suspension. The Spaniard will still be 3,820 points behind Sinner should he retain his crown, and allowing that gap to increase with a potential defeat will surely end his hopes of a quick return. However, victory in the desert could open the door further. World number 1 Sinner will lose 1,000 points due to his inability to defend his Miami Open title, while Alcaraz only has 200 quarterfinal points to defend in Florida. Alcaraz won the Miami Open in 2022, and the ranking points deficit will work to his advantage, with a 1,800-point swing between the two men possible. After that, the Spaniard will head to the European clay courts, and has few points to defend before Sinner's return in Rome. Alcaraz withdrew from the Masters 1000 event in Monte Carlo and the ATP 500 event in Barcelona last season before a quarter-final showing in Madrid. The world number 3 has rarely played in Monte Carlo but is a 2-time champion in both Madrid and Barcelona, and has just 200 points to defend across the 3 points. In contrast, Sinner has 400 points in Monte Carlo and 200 points in Madrid, which he will be unable to defend, meaning this part of the season will prove crucial for Alcaraz's hopes. Zverev will also have an opportunity, though he will need to turn around a recent slump in form.